Hey guys, it's MandaPanda. Elsa and Olaf are here with me today because we are going to be transforming Rarity into an Olaf inspired pony. Oh my gosh. I'm starting off by removing her head. I twist it firmly to the side until it just pops right off. I'm gonna take a pair of large scissors and cut off the bulk of Rarity's original mane because this Olaf custom is not going to have any hair. Now I'm gonna take my smaller scissors, cut the hair as close to the scalp as I possibly can, and this part is super important because the shorter the hair is, the easier it's gonna be for you to pull out all of the roots that are glued inside of the pony's head. Now I'm gonna take the end of my little nail scissors here and I'm gonna scrape them on the inside of the head and just pull out all of those hair roots, and you can see right there on camera where the roots just literally just pull right out, but they do get stuck inside of the pony's head. So I'm gonna take some tweezers and do my best to pull out the bulk of all of the hair roots from inside of the head. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of acetone and remove all of Rarity's original eyelashes and just leave a small portion of her original eye. For the body, I'm gonna take my small scissors again, cut off the bulk of her original tail and press the rest of it directly into the body using the tip of my scissors. Gonna use a little bit of acetone to remove the original cutie mark. The pony's all prepped. Let's get started with the frozen transformation. Let's start off with the head today. I'm gonna be using Sugru, which is air dry rubber. I've used it in so many videos before. I prefer it over air dry clay because it does not shrink or crack. I've warmed up the Sugru by rolling it in between my fingers to create this long worm shape, and we're gonna press that right into the area where we removed the original mane because we are gonna cover up all of those holes so it looks nice and smooth. Now I'm taking a larger piece of Sugru here. You can see that I've cut it in half at the bottom, and we are going to be molding this around Rarity's original horn, and we're gonna shape it to look like a carrot, just like Olaf's nose. When I was actually designing this pony, I couldn't decide if I wanted the pony to have a carrot nose or a carrot magical horn, and I decided to go with the magical horn because that's just so cute, right? Now I'm taking a clay tool to scratch some details on the carrot. If you don't have a clay tool, you could always use a toothpick for this job, and I'm gonna let all of this Sugru completely dry overnight, and then we can get started with the painting. Since the Sugru is a slightly different color white than the actual pony, we do have to paint it. I'm gonna be using a white nail polish today, but you could always use acrylic paint if that is your personal preference. And I'm gonna put 2 layers of this to completely cover the pony's head. Once that has completely dried, we can get started on Olaf's eyes. I want to make them really big and nice and bright looking, so I've switched over to acrylic paint, and I'm gonna use white to define the eye area. But since the eye's white and the pony's white, I did have to outline the eye with black acrylic paint so that way you could actually see it and define it. For Olaf's eyes, I'm gonna make them a nice icy blue gray color. Started off with the gray, and now I'm going in with an icy blue, and we're gonna create a nice ombre gradient effect. Once that has dried, we can switch over to black and give him a really large pupil to make his eyes look nice, big, and really friendly. Let that black completely dry, and I'm gonna use a nail dotting tool to give him one large light reflection at the top and a smaller one down in the middle of his pupil. Then we're gonna take a fine brush and use some orange paint to outline the base of the carrot, and then switch over to a larger brush to paint the rest of the carrot. For Olaf's hair, we're not going to be using regular pony hair. We are actually going to be making twigs for his mane, just like his little twig arms. Using your leftover sugru, roll it out into really thin strands, and very carefully using an X-Acto knife, you can kind of create little designs on your strands to create all these different shaped little tiny branches. Let that sugru completely dry, and then you can paint them whichever shade of brown that you prefer. I'm gonna go with a medium chocolatey brown here. Let that completely dry, and what we're gonna do is we are going to cut off the very bottom of each piece of branch so that we can create a very flat bottom. So super easy, just cut off the bottom, and you can see now it's really flat. I'm gonna dip the tip of the little branch here into a little bit of Gorilla Glue and press that directly onto Olaf's head, and you're gonna have to hold that there for a second while the super glue sets, and it will stay in place all on its own. Repeat that process over and over again until he has an entire mane. That was it for the head. Let's get started on Olaf's body, which is pretty simple. We just have to make it look like two round sections. To do that, I opened up another little packet of sugru, and I'm wrapping a piece around the back of his waist and really making like his butt area super round. Now I'm gonna take 2 balls of sugru, place them on each side of the chest area, and I'm just going to smooth all of that out very gently, and then add a small piece around the neck so I can connect both of those dots. And by doing that, I've created a really nice sectioned body that's nice and round, just like Olaf's. To define that section, I'm just gonna go in and gently press in between both areas using a wooden clay tool. Now, using a nail dotting tool, I'm gonna go in and find the original tail hole before the sugru completely dries. I'm gonna let the body completely set overnight, and then we can start the painting. Gonna put a paintbrush through the end of the tail hole there just to help me kind of hold the pony's body while I'm painting so I don't accidentally smudge my paint job. Gonna cover the entire body with 2 coats of my white nail polish, and once it's dried, we're gonna use a little bit of black sugru for the tiny buttons at the front of Olaf's body. They're super small. It doesn't matter the shape of them. They're supposed to be coal or rock, so they don't have to be perfectly round. I'm gonna cover all of this with a layer of clear coat, and while it's drying, we can work on Olaf's tail. For his tail, we're gonna be doing a bunch of branches just like his mane. I'm taking the rest of that black sugru I opened up and just measuring it to make sure that it is thin enough to fit in the original tail hole, and we're gonna take this large piece of sugru and cut it up into smaller sized branches and just create a lot of curls and little branches here and there. I'm gonna let the sugru completely dry and then paint it the same shade of brown as I used for the mane. To attach it to the body, I'm going to put some Gorilla Glue directly into the tail hole, and then grab my tail, push it into the tail hole, hold it while it sets, and just like that, our pony is done. Let's reattach the head and take a look at the completed custom. Here is Olaf as a pony. Oh my gosh, he is so cute. This is the first time I've ever tried a mane like this, and it looks awesome, just like his little branch arms and that magical carrot horn is fabulous. I even gave him some little buck teeth just like the movie. And now he's just missing his sidekick Elsa. If you think I should make the next custom pony an Elsa pony, give this video a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments below. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, and if you use the video to make your own Olaf pony, I would absolutely love to see your finished pony. So send me a picture on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, little pandas. Until next time, bye! You can follow me online to get the latest news and updates. Like my Facebook page, facebook.com/MandaPanda Toy Collector, or follow me on Instagram at MandaPanda Toy Collector. Want to mail me something? Guess what? You can. Mail it to MandaPanda, P.O. Box 2855, Humble, Texas 77347.